Y'all, I pressed this shirt and I'm like, who do I think I am? I'm like so excited. Hi, I super excited. I need a little bit more energy though. I don't think these are good for you, but oh, it smells good. I'm a little hype. I'm gonna be recording this video for the second time. We gotta keep it PG. I did it and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna chop it. It was too choppy. It was too choppy. I didn't like it. My vibe was just like, and I was like, maybe because I'm like too angry. And then I overshare. So then I'm like, let's undershare. Let's try to keep it cute. I didn't do my eyebrows. Let me do my eyebrows real quick. Done. Sam, I got some new piercings. Y'all, when I got the piercing and I heard it, oh, I was like, oh, crazy. I did my hair again. I feel like I had to touch it up. The roots, I was just like, when I seen like the chunk of the growth, I was like, yeah, I gotta redo that. I'm not on speaking terms with a lot of my family right now at the current moment. I feel like I'm no longer going to sugarcoat anyone's feelings anymore, and I am going through a new change and a lot of just growth, and I'm really proud of myself. I am going to stop pushing down Jada as much and just let me come through, because I feel like it's been so like shh so much. And yeah, let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, if you guys are working, if you guys are working out, let me know down below. How has your day been so far? Prayers for Florida, you guys. Oh my gosh. And Mexico, the floods have been freaking crazy. The hurricanes or tornadoes. Just take a moment. It has been crazy. I've been watching so many families on TikTok, and it's just insane. Prayer is so powerful. I honestly believe it. Yes. Oh my gosh, these are gonna jingle so much, they're gonna irritate me. 1 second. That's better, because the freaking ears just doing all that. Hope everyone is doing amazing. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys showed me on my previous video. It means so much to me. Thank you so much. I just want to read a few comments that I did screenshot. You guys do know that I do read the comments. I love you guys so freaking much, and I truly appreciate you guys taking the time to comment, to like, to share, show me all that love. It seriously means so much to me. This comment really, like, I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. The way that you talk about your OCD reminds me of how the adults used to talk to you as a kid. See, this is why it happened to you, because you didn't do X, Y, and Z. Or if you didn't do this, something really bad is going to happen with things that couldn't have possibly been your fault. I wonder if the two are connected. You have a lot of guilt and shame from your trauma, and I'm so sorry that it's manifesting into anxiety. Remember, anger is a mask for other emotions. So tapping into why you feel the way you do will help you sort through the anger. I know it's not a quick fix though, and I get that it sucks. Also, sending your family all the love. I hope Giovanni makes a quick recovery. Thank you so much. Alexis, you know how your homegirl is dating somebody that's no good for them, and you tell them all the bad things he has done, but tells you not to take it out on him? That's how it is being FAMBAM and hearing about what your mom and grandma has done. Love makes you blind. That's not just referring to boyfriend, girlfriend love. No, loving anybody, family included, can make you blind to their actions. We love you. Happy healing. Thanks for protecting baby Gio as well. Crazy. Sometimes you just need to hear yourself. Sometimes you just need to read, you know, and it's like, I truly appreciate you guys' feedback. And I'm just like sometimes I sit there with the comments and I was like, and I gotta screenshot it and like reread it so like it can kind of click sometimes, you know. Her worst fear, this one is what really I was like, oh, not that many people around me can understand, but it's so crazy that I got more of a connection with FAMBAM than actual family around me. Her worst fear is death. For that, something scary happening to her baby must have been over the top for her. Sending you love and your family prayers and a speedy recovery. Thank you so much. Crazy. I'm just like, wow. I appreciate all your guys' comments. I really do. I love you guys so much. Now let's get into today's story time. Boom. Chicka bing. Bing. Chicka bing. Chicka bing. Woo. Let's get into it. So if you guys do not follow my Instagram, Storytime and Tjmaxx, make sure you guys follow that so you guys can kind of understand why I'm going to be using a lot more different vocabulary. So, all right, so driving, it's crazy. I literally feel like at times I freeze, flight, fawn. And this one, it was freeze mode. Okay, frozen. Squidward is yelling at me. I hurry up and do a quick like, whoosh, dressed in the flesh. all right, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, what the heck is going on? Come on, get it together. We start driving around, we're going around, we're trying to lose these people. And I'm like, who could it be? Who could it be? Like, who is this interested to like want to know what we're doing? Yeah, it's kind of probably like there's one-offs where like people are just messing with you. They just want to kind of like scare you. And there's really no like other reason why, you know, like strangers. Why? Because we can type of like attitude, you know. A couple of days ago, Noah experienced this. Some kids started chasing him, telling him that they were going to kidnap him. They chased him so far, and when he finally got to an area where he was okay, he called me and he was panicking. And it literally was because we can. And it was so frustrating. So anyways, back to the story. We're driving around and I'm just like, what the heck, like who like could it be? I start asking questions. He's like getting annoyed because how dare you ask me questions that I might be guilty of? How dare you? Because right away, sometimes when your gut speaks to you, listen to it. Like for real, even if it sounds like crazy and you're like, how do you come up with that? Listen to it, because maybe 8 times out of 10 it's probably right. And I was thinking, Maria, it just felt like this is it. Does she have brothers? He's getting irritated with like, why are you asking these questions right now? What's wrong with you? Oh, you stress me out. Oh, the way have me questioning my freaking like sanity was insane. And it sucks because when you get out of a relationship like that and you start just rethinking everything, you need to be careful of how much you tell the next person or your friends, family. When you do share, you got to be careful because you got to be able to be like, this might be thrown back in my face later on, or someone might be able to test their limits with me because I let this person do X, Y, and Z. So they might be like, what I do isn't as bad. It sucked how much I would confide in like friends and stuff like that, people around me, and they would take advantage of that and be like, oh, well, he did that. What I'm doing is like nothing compared as bad. And it's so annoying. So please be careful because some humans suck. So he gets really annoyed. His phone starts going off. He's getting a little bit like, you can just tell once someone's paranoia kicks in, you can just see it. And I'm just sitting there like, but in reality, what you gonna do, Lex? What you gonna do? Nothing. No Ghostbusters. Nothing at all. I was so annoyed. His phone keeps going off. It's showing, like private. He keeps looking at it and I'm like, are you gonna answer it? Shut up. Like he is just so annoyed with me. Like we were just bumping uglies and you can't tell me nothing? Okay. I reach for it. I go to reach for it. He does the whole like, oh, but ugly. Now the truck is still kind of like, we would turn here and you could kind of still see it. Turn here, you kind of, so it's kind of like still on our tail, but not all the way. The phone keeps ringing. He's not answering it. He just keeps pinching it. And it's making me so mad because I'm like, just answer it. Even though I kept telling myself to shut up, I could not shut up. He kept getting more mad. He kept telling me to shut up. And why? Why can't you just answer it? I don't understand. Like, why aren't you answering it? Why are you being weird? Why don't you just answer it? Can you just answer it? Why don't you just answer it? Who's calling? Why don't you just answer it? Who is it? Just answer the phone. Like, who is it? Why don't you just answer it? Just answer it. Okay. And it's like, really, Jade, that's what you wanted? You couldn't just... But it's so hard because like I was paranoid too. And I'm like, who was following us? Who is it? I want these answers. Like, who is it? They shove me up with the quickness, bitch. Okay, well, I guess nobody. Obviously, because the name's not showing up. So obviously, nadie, right? Okay. We end up getting on the freeway. We get away. We go into this alley that's where the darkness comes out, And I'm like, no. Like, no. Like, I just keep saying it. I'm like so annoyed. He turns, oh, come on, like don't be like that. Nope. Like just take me back. Just take me back. Like, no, you're so dumb. Like I was so infuriated because the nerve, the audacity, and all of it just irritated me. So I don't give in. He ends hitting the steering wheel over and over because it literally would like freak me out. I don't know how to make my face like chill out when I get scared. I wish I knew how to like relax my face muscles and just be like and not get scared. But I get scared. He sees that I get scared, kind of smirks at me, and it decides to like, okay, I got that like dopamine hit. I can take you home now. So as we're driving back to the Peaches, I see that he's getting the calls again. And I just look at him and he goes, which like he's scratching his head. And that's his warning to me of like, don't. So I don't. And I just sit there and I'm just like, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know who it is. It was probably her brothers. It was probably her in the car. It has to be. Because who else would it be? Like, who else would it be? Huh? It could have been like a, you know, a one-off encounter. Like, oh, people just trying to be funny and scare some young kids. But what are the odds in this situation? What are the odds? The odds are not odding. No, it just couldn't. It just could not. And I could not let my mind be like, it's a one-off. No. My mind was like, it's Maria. She has family, brothers, co-workers. Like, it has to be. Because there's no way. And freaking, like, yeah, there's like just no way. So as we're getting closer, he tries to put his hand on my thigh and tried to like sweet talk me, and I just keep moving it because I was so shooken up where I was like, no, like I'm good, like I don't know what I'm doing. I have these moments of like audacity, you know, and I was just so annoyed, like, no, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to put a baby in the situation. I literally fight with my mom about this, and look at me, like, like, I'm just so annoyed. I'm over it. He can kind of see that, like, I'm not giving in to, like, the cute, like, little names that I'm being called. He sees that, like, oh, okay, she, like, really is frustrated this time. It's not working. It's not working. As we're getting closer, he keeps trying more and more and more. And I'm like, no, like, just leave me alone. I don't know who was calling you, but just leave me alone. He's like, oh, my gosh, it was literally nobody. Look. If they call back, you can answer. And I was like, okay. Oh my god, like, why are you like that? You're so controlling. Oh my god, like, oh wow, I didn't really think you were gonna, wow, like, you're so immature. Like, he didn't even know what to say. And I'm just looking at him like, okay, just leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. If that's what it is, just please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I just kept saying over and over and over, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. And he got mad again. Hard. I don't even give him a reaction because at this point it's just like I can't give the reaction. So I like move like in a jerking motion. It wasn't intentional to make him flinch, but he flinches. He gets mad that he flinches, and then boom, another one. And I'm just like, okay, are you done? What do you mean, am I done? I was like, yeah, are you done? Are you done? Like, I was just like so like just wanting to just end the conversation, like hurry up and drop me off. I'm not that far from here. Trying not to go like all the way up here because I'm like, I don't want to walk in the dark. Like, just, are you done? Like, I'm just so over the conversation, all of it. Just like, can we just like end the conversation already? Like, are you done? Are you good? He starts to yell at me, see, you're not ready for a baby. Are you done? Are you done? Are we done here? Like, for real, like, oh my god. He's getting even more upset because, like, I'm just shutting him up. Like, come on, dude. Like, I don't want to keep having the same conversation. Like, let's speed it up. Let's speed it up. He's getting super annoyed, and he starts with, like, who are you? Like, why do people say that? Like, when they really get you to that limit, why is their thing of, like, who are you? Or my favorite one, are you talking to somebody else? Like, bitch, get out of my face, please. Please get out of my face, please. Like, oh my gosh. We go back and forth. I tell him that I am just done. Like, I'm done. Like, I am done. I could see him reading my face to see, like, if I am really done or if I'm just saying I'm done. You can tell he's having a hard time reading my face of, like, oh, is she just saying that? Like, you can see that he's, like, struggling, like, trying to see if the answer is written on my face. And I'm just like, I'm done. Like I'm just like trying to get through to him, like, stop talking to me. Like, just take me home. He starts to push himself on me, and I have to like push him off. Are we done? Like, I am just Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, you don't gotta make me feel like a stupid dog in the street. Okay, are we done? Are we done? Are we done? Like, I'm just so annoyed. Again, he's just like looking at my face like, is she serious right now? Is she going to say psych? Like, he was so shook because he could not understand like what was going on. He could not process me pushing him away. He was just so like, what? Like, he was confused. He was like, oh my God, have I pushed it too far? You can totally see like it just going. The wheels were just turning, and he was really trying to understand. And I hate being stared at for a very long time. Cool, whatever, you want to kind of like glance, look, whatever, like, oh yeah, you know. But if you're just like, close your mouth and look away. So I'm like, what? Like, can you just take me home? Like, do I need to walk? I'm super annoyed. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little bit cool where I'm like, yeah. Like, now you know how I feel. I could see that he feels stupid. He feels dumb. I could see it on his face. I could see him trying to like understand what went wrong. And it's like, oh, it doesn't feel good, huh? It doesn't feel good to sit there puzzled, confused, looking at all the pieces and just replaying it back in your head like, where did I go wrong? What was it? What word, what sentence was it that made the conversation lead to this? And it sucks knowing that you can't rewind and you can't fix it. It's just what it is. Even if you're hyper focusing on it and you're just like, oh, like, no, like, oh, I went too far, or oh this, oh that. It's already done. So I keep looking at him. Are we done? Can you drop me off? Are you gonna drop me off, or are you gonna have me walk? Okay. And he continues to drive me. He tries yet again to put his hand on my thigh. And I'm like, can you like not touch me? I'm so disgusted right now. Please don't touch me. And he like looks at me and gives me like that face of like asshole, which is like disgust. Like who are you talking to? But you can tell that he doesn't want to push it too far because he fixes his face. Okay. And in my head, I'm like, girl, play cool. Don't push it too much. Because then he can be like, and then what? And then what? You know? But I'm just like, as if kind of feeling. But I'm still very annoyed about the whole situation. Like, for real. I'm like, who is calling? Girl, we already know. Our gut is saying like, yeah. And to be truthful, I really do think I'm a bruja because, yeah, pretty spot on with a lot of things. So now we're like at the end of the street of the peaches. I don't want to drop you off when we're like this. Like, can we like talk about it? Like, why are you mad? I'm like, are you serious? Like, you literally hit me how many times? What? But he is just so used to doing whatever he wanted that like he couldn't even hear himself. Like, do you hear how crazy that sounds? I don't want to leave angry, but like, you literally just put your hands on me. Like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Yes, he is. Yes. He just looks puzzled. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, and he's just sitting there. And I'm just like, are you dumb? Like, for real? And it's like, be careful, Lex, because that question might just be a trigger too. So just play it cool, girl. Play it cool. Because I was getting kind of hype where I was like so annoyed. And then you get hype off your being annoyed. And then sometimes it's kind of hard to like bring it down, you know? Like, once you get like that kind of like, it's hard to like bring it down. So I had to keep talking to myself in my head like, play it cool. I get out of the car. He does his famous, are you forgetting something? And I just slammed the door. So ugly. And then I kept telling myself, like, even if he texts, don't respond for 24 to 48 business hours, okay? So the whole time I'm walking, I'm like telling myself, don't respond. You got this. Like, you need to be strong. You need to have discipline. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, like, just annoyed with myself. Like, honestly, super duper annoyed. And I'm like, Lex, like, you need to get it together. Like, you need to get it. He starts blowing up my phone. I can't believe you did that. So embarrassing. And it's like, really? No one was around. I never understood that. Like, what? Why are you so embarrassed? No one saw. But whenever I do anything back, it's just me and you. Like, I'm literally not out there making you look stupid. Which I wish I would have. I really wish I would have, so that he could feel the embarrassment that like I felt so many times. Like, oh, Jade, let her get up, let her get up. That's how I feel, like all the time. So I'm still not responding. I'm like, no, like for real, we're really not going to respond. I don't care how mad he gets. I don't care how much it hurts his feelings. We are not responding. We are not responding. I go inside and Mr. Peach is sitting on the couch. And I'm like, okay, nada. And I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not gonna sit here and do this whole mess of like, are you mad at me? Are you mad? I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't understand why at times it feels like guys really want you to be like, no, like, try. No, like, really get down to the root of like what's wrong. I don't give a damn. I don't. I go upstairs as I am getting undressed and getting ready to go to bed. I'm like, Sam, I am. So I put my hair up and I'm like, all right, be prepared for it to get ghetto just in case of whatever, because I literally forgot what happened. And then it's kind of crazy because it's just like the days are always so filled and busy where it's constantly something, right? I go to the room, she's not there. And I'm like, oh, okay. I go downstairs and I try to make some small talk. She's not here. And I'm like, oh, where did she go? She's staying with Baltimore. I'm like, oh, okay. All happy. He tells me to wipe the smile off my face, that he wants to make sure that his daughter feels comfortable in the house. And at the end of the day, I am just a stranger. Her well-being is important. It literally hurts my feelings. Why? I have no idea. Like, well, I do, because it's just like, damn, like, I thought I might too. And it's like, you don't. And I feel like that is what I wish I would have got sooner. He's always going to put his child's well-being over mine every single time. And I don't know why. I always feel like, but like, no, like I'm in the right. Like, I didn't do nothing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He pretty much tells me to make things right tomorrow. That he's gonna sit us all down and we need to talk about it, because if it comes to whatever it needs to come to, if it comes to that she doesn't feel comfortable with me being in the house, then I have to leave by tomorrow after the discussion. That's it. And I'm like, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it, because I was gonna say, and the kid, you know, what about the kid? Don't worry about it, because if you cared about them and if that was your concern, then you would keep your hands to yourself. You would make sure that your little friends aren't doing this, pouring. Do you know that's assault? Do you know that's assault? And I'm just like looking at him and I wanted to argue so bad and be like, and do you know what Baltimore did? That's assault. Do you know what you guys do? That's assault. Do you, like, I wanted to so bad, but the little minion in my head was like, ch, 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 and I went upstairs. Okay, took off my makeup because I didn't like how it came out. And then I curled my hair. And then I put on nails. So look at these pretty babies right here. Gorgeous. They are the Salon Perfect Fall Edition. I got them for $3. $3. Yes. You'll always see me shopping for a good bargain. $3. And we already know Salon Perfect has some very perfect nails. They're so pretty. Like, look at them. Looks like I went to the salon and got my nails done. Can't tell me nothing. Mira. We are going to continue, but I just wanted to tell y'all real quick because you're gonna be like, whoa, where's your makeup? I wasn't happy with it. And I was like, you know what? I always say, makeup, just take it off. And then it's like, Alexis, yeah, take it off. Doesn't look good. Because I was really sitting there and I was like, and it was the makeup. And a lot, y'all, I know, like, I have ADHD. So my brain is always like, pew, 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 pew. A lot has been happening and I am trying to just like go with the flow of everything, and I feel like it's like triggering something in me. Like I told you guys, I recently got 2 piercings. That was crazy, but I want to go get more. It's either that or a tattoo. So I'm going to get something something. All right, so I go to bed, and the whole time I'm thinking like, oh my god, it's gonna pop off tomorrow. It's going to pop off, and she's gonna play poor me, woe is me, woe is me. And I'm honestly not in the mood anymore, because I'm just like, I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of the whole me, how she wants to like sit there and act like she didn't do nothing. Like, it irritates my soul, especially how she was like, do something, for me to do something when Mel was like handling her. Like, that really irritated me. It just irritated me how she just was in general. You know, ooh, that was really good. In general, you know what I mean? Before I go to sleep, I make sure to like put stuff up against the wall, because I do not want him to be like, oh, I was you know, like really tired and I forgot where my bedroom was, or oh this, oh that. I just don't. And sure enough, I hear some like trying to open the door, and I'm like, ¿Qué quieres? Which means like, what do you want? Oh, perdóname, I thought it was the restroom. Oh, forgive me, I thought it was the restroom. I'm like, nope. All annoyed, because you know it's not the restroom. You know. You knew. Morning comes around, and I go downstairs. I can hear the babies. They're in a really good mood. They had a really good time. They were at their mom's, and they were, you know, hanging out vacation. So I make them breakfast. They tell me if I'm gonna go with them to barbecue that's going to be going on. I'm like, you already know, because who's gonna watch the babies? Me. So I already kind of was like, yes, you know. And I'm gonna sit there and be like, I don't know, we will see. Sometimes yes, but I was like, I already know I'm going. I'm booked and I'm busy with y'all. So I'm so focused on the kids. I'm so focused on the kids, I did not notice that Sam was sitting on the couch. I did not see her. Okay, so I'm making breakfast. Like, honest to Jesus, I did not see her. I was just focused on the babies, and it's like, how am I supposed to see you when you're over there chilling in the corner like a demon? Okay, I didn't know. Oh, sorry, excuse me, didn't know. So she's sitting in the corner. Me and the kids are talking. I'm making French toast. I get down into breakfast, okay? Make them French toast. We're laughing. We're literally like a little familia. And we're just having a good time, okay? We're just having a good time. And it's just like good vibes, okay? Feed them. We're talking. I make myself a little cafecito because I was drinking coffee at the age of 5. Mr. Peach comes down and he looks a little like flustered, okay? Like, you could tell where it's like, you know when someone's like itching just to start something. So I ask him, todo bien? Like, everything good? He tells me, how come I don't offer food? How come I didn't make Sam a plate? And I'm like, 'cause she's not here. And I say that with my full chest because it is truth. Como que no? Como chicas no? Like, how the F not? How the F not? And I'm like, she's not here. And I'm like, you know, pointing, like, because like the kids are just here. Even the kids are like looking at him like, what? I just hear and I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were over there. I was literally like shooketh, like, oh, you know. And I was like, oh, Sam, do you want some breakfast? Because you already know I'm not stingy with food. So he wants to start, and I'm like, no me dices nada about the food, because I'm not like that. Like, I tell him, don't tell me nothing, no me digas nada. And he's like, don't be like that. I know you've seen her. I was like, no, I didn't. So I'm sitting here having to argue with him of what I saw. And I hate when people want to argue with you. I heard you. I seen you. Shut the fuck up. No, the fuck you didn't, you stupid little bitch. So I'm sitting there arguing with him. Even the kids are like, no, we didn't know she was there. Munchkin defending me. She was hiding that we didn't know. And Mr. Peach is popping off on him, saying that to shut up when he's talking to a me. And he's telling him, Munchkin, like, it's not fair, Dad. She didn't see her. She was hiding. Like, dude, like, it would irritate me when he would be mean to the babies because they were just defending me. And it irritated me, like, if she's not a freaking grown teen. And it's like, you know what you're doing. If you're hungry, come over here. Si puedes, then you can make yourself something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't act stupid. And you already know I'm not like that with food, okay? I'm not Tjmaxx. I'm not like that with comida. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, ugh. So we're having to go back and forth. And he's like, you know what you do? You know, I was like, nope. And I'm not letting him have it. Like, I'm not letting him have it, because I'll be damned if you try to make it seem like I did something and I didn't. Like, what's wrong with you? So I'm like irritated with him, and he's telling me to shut up and just to listen. I'm like, no. That's one thing that my mom hated too, that when she would tell me to shut up, I could not shut up. I don't know why. There's just something in me that I can't. Like, I literally cannot. Even when my stepdad was choking me, you already know that story, I couldn't. Even when he was like, shut up before I go over there, then Mente, come on, little bitch, come on. Like, I cannot, especially if I know with my whole heart and soul that I'm not wrong. I am not going to shut the F up. Like, I just can't. Like, I literally cannot. I don't know what it is. I don't know what comes over me where I literally am like, I cannot, like, sorry, I don't know how to operate on shut up. Like, I don't. So we're going back and forth. Sam comes over like, Dad, it's fine. I'm not even hungry anyways. Like, tries to do the whole poor me act. And I'm like, like looking at her, because I'm like, dude, like, you think like we don't know who you are? Bitch, get out my face. Like, she irritates my soul, bro. Like, my soul, my whole heart and soul, like, so bad. So she says she's not even hungry. He tells me to serve her a plate. I grabbed the 2 like French toast, somewhat the eggs I made. I put it on there. It's sliding toward. He grabs it, puts it, tells her to eat. No, like, Dad, like, I'm really not. Eat. Because he's probably like, damn, over here. She was probably texting him like, I'm starving, and she's ignoring me. She's ignoring me. Shut the fuck up. So we hear a knock at the door. The famous knock on the door. Mrs. Peach comes in, but she doesn't come in until we go to the door. And I tell her like, oh, like, why didn't you just come in? It's not my house. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, whatever. Oh, you're making food? Yes. I ask her, do you want some? Mr. Peach says, oh, but you can offer her, but you can't offer Sam. You know what? I'm like, I did not see Sam. Mrs. Peach says, you know how Sam is. She probably did something. She says that he gets triggered. What? Like, he gets super mad, and I'm like, okay, like, we're gonna act like all brand new. Like, okay, your kids probably don't want to be around you, and Sam's all you got left, and you're probably like having to like suck ass so that she doesn't leave you either. So you're like overdoing it. Like, bro, shut up. So I serve her. She is there because we are going to have a family meeting about the situation that went down with me and Sam. So after everyone was done eating, Sam, me, Mr. Peach, and Mrs. Peach were sitting at the table. Mr. Peach pretty much says he doesn't feel comfortable if Sam doesn't feel comfortable. Mrs. Peach asks, is like, what happened? I kind of explained the rundown that goes on. She's like looking at me like, what the heck? And she like asks me like, why do I hang out with these type of girls? That I'm such a beautiful girl. That like, why do I like, you know, hang out with people like this? And Mr. Peach is like, this isn't the first time someone has told Baltimore about like, oh, you know, the situation, the bumping, you know, all that, and that he doesn't appreciate that I go around telling like our business. And I'm like, it's not your business, it's my business. When you're under my roof and under my house, it's my business too. So he's upset that Baltimore called him. She thinks that she is going to get the police called on her because of how Melt was like in her face telling her about the minor. I'm telling him like, oh, you guys like are scared that I'm going to like snitch or something. What? Like, don't put words in my mouth either. Like, he's tiptoeing in my Jordans on the situation very perfectly. And I'm just like, dude, like... And so I'm telling him, if she did nothing wrong, then like, how come I can't talk to my friends? Alexis, stop. Alexis, stop. Because you know what you're doing, and I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells in my house. In my house. Mrs. Peach tells him to relax, to calm down. I was like, and that's fine, because they won't be for long, because you already said that you're going to get a nanny, so I can leave today if that's the thing. Mrs. Peach like snapped her neck really, really hard, and she's like, wait. So, spoiler alert, I have a friend who is a nanny for another family, and we sometimes would talk, and she would fill me on the chisme. Like, we would talk here and there, but we would tell each other, like, oh, like, this person needs a sitter, you know, stuff like that. It wasn't like a bestie, but like, we were like acquaintances, okay? We will name her Lily, okay? Lily Lashes. So Lily had told me that the Peaches were having a hard time finding a replacement because Mr. Peach would make them feel uncomfortable, sleep with them, and the pay was really bad, okay? So I kind of knew something was up, but Lily hadn't told me for sure. But when I seen the way that, you know, Mrs. Peach, like her neck did like a whole 360, I was like, okay. You know, she's like, gay? And I was like, yeah, like, I'll leave today. She's like, no. Gay? Like, she was just like, what? No. And he's like, yeah, like, that's fine. We could figure it out. Está bien. There's a couple of nannies that I already have talked to. She's like, wait, what? That, like, it wasn't good for the children, for, like, them to be having different nannies all the time. That, like, oh, wait, just wait. Like, she was so confused. And I told her, I was like, no, está bien. And if anything, Baltimore can watch the kids. That's fine. So I'm getting a little, like, hyphy and, like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. Like, I'm geeked to leave. Like, this cool. It's fine. Mr. Peach is like, yeah, like, you know, like, upset. And he's like getting like, with me too. Mrs. Peach is like, no, está bien. You know what, Alexis, if you want, you can stay with me for a while until we find a sitter that we are 100% comfortable with. And then at the same time, I'm like, why is she changing her tune all of a sudden? Because she probably thought that they can underpay somebody, and she's like, you know, it's good, whatever. Because wasn't she so like, oh, I want, you know, it's not a good look for us, blah blah blah. You know why? Because they're probably like, people are gonna be asking like, oh, where's Alexis? Oh, she got pregnant, so we had to, like, you know, give her the boot. And they kind of already know, like, the whole, like, situation, you know, like, people talk, okay? I'm pretty sure Bubbles had talked too, so it doesn't look good, right? Okay. I hate how they're like, oh, you know, it's just because, like, they don't want to look bad. Telling her, like, are you sure? Like, is you know, are you in vacation okay with that? Why am I gonna stir the pot? Because I want to. Okay? And Mr. Peach just, like, looks at her, looks at me, and he's like, you know what you do. You know what? Yes, the f I do. And you know what the f you do too. Oh, I thought this was the restroom, stupid bitch. Like, ugh. I hated how it's like no one likes to be fed what they are feeding you. Huh? Let me eat off your plate, bitch. Let me eat off your plate. Huh? Ugh, it irritates me. So she's telling me, like, wait, let's calm down. Let's think about the situation. Sam does the whole... It literally, like, we literally act like we don't even hear her. Like, what is going on? Like, and we're still, like, talking, like, no. I was like, no, and I gotta think about, like, me and my baby. Like, this environment is too much. It's too toxic. There's so much going on. Mrs. Peach is like, ay, Alexis también. And I was like, no, like, for real. Like, what? Like, how is it not? And she's like, oh, well, yeah, I know it's a lot, but we're trying. Like, she tries to get feisty, and then she, like, you know, like, oh, okay, like, maybe, yeah, like, you know, you're right. You are right. Mr. Peach is like, well, like, you know, you having, like, a drug addict as a mom, like, I don't like that, like, around my kids. My mom's not around your kids. What are you talking about? Shut up. Like, you're just saying random ass things. Like, shut up. Like, so we're all like this. Sam went to, like, not even crying anymore. After she stops crying, Mrs. Peach looks up at her like, ¿Estás bien? Are you done now? Like that. Embarrassing. Mr. Peach turns to me and tells me, like, Alexis, I don't want your friends to touch my daughter again. And I tell him, like, I don't know what you want me to do when it comes to my friends, especially when she could have left. I don't know why she didn't. He looks over at her. She goes, she told me to stay. No, the hell I did not tell you to stay. Why are you lying? I don't like you. Like, I don't like you. I don't like you around. I don't want you around me. I don't like you. It got so quiet, so silent, where I was just like, did you guys hear what I said? Like, it was so awkward. Have you ever been in an area where it just goes silent and it's just like, like, you feel weird? I felt awkward because I'm like, I just said something. Please say something. Mrs. Peach goes, okay. Well, when Alexis leaves, Sam, you are not going to go. So she stopped putting her foot down. And she's like, no, like, we need to operate as a healthy family, and we need to avoid situations like this. Peach is like, Sam can do whatever she wants. Like, she can go outside too. Yeah, she can go outside, but it doesn't have to be when Alexis goes outside. Alexis is only going to be in charge of our kids. That triggers Mr. Peach. Sam is included. No, no, she's not. It's too much. It's a lot. How many times have her and Alexis got into it? How many times? How many times? Oh, y'all, I'm getting hype. So he's getting like really defensive. He's in like, oh, like dad mode. And it starts turning to Sam's a problem. This is why we couldn't work, because of Sam. Because of Sam. He's like, no, we couldn't work because of you. She's like, no, we couldn't work because of Sam. Like, Sam is too much. You don't want to control her. Her mom can't control her. And it goes into a whole, you know, situation. I just kind of like check out because I feel like it's not my business. It's not my business. Like, honestly, don't care. Sam starts to yell at Mrs. Peach that she's not a good wife. She's not a good mother. Mrs. Peach just takes it all in. Just, okay. I don't care. I don't care if that's what you think. I don't care. I don't care. Because you're a child and I'm an adult. I don't care what you have to say. That's okay. Your feelings are hurt. That's fine. And just starts talking to her like that. And you can just tell Sam wanted to just like so bad. She tells her at the end of the day that she's an adult and that Sam needs to mind her business when it comes to the adult business. That she has gotten way too comfortable putting her input in here, her input in there. It's not needed. That she does not want to hear it anymore. She does not want her kids to think that it's okay. She is tired of it. Do you understand? I am tired of it. Sam gets upset, tells her like, I even defended you. No one asked you to. No one asked you to defend me. And that's what you are expecting is some sort of, you know, payment for defending me here and there. You're not going to get it. Don't do something if you're expecting something in return. Save it. I don't need it, Sam. I don't want you around my kids when Alexis is out. I don't want you acting up. I didn't act up in front of your kids. This was after. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Where I was just like, okay, it's getting kind of awkward. It just, you know, and then Sam just blurts out, you just hate me. Hate is a very strong word. I dislike you very much. Mr. Peach does not tell Mrs. Peach anything. He doesn't tell her like, hey, chill out. He is just very like, because so much more was said. You know what I mean? But he was just very much like, just taking it in. Sam, her eyes start to tear up and she just looks at her. So you hate me. I didn't say hate. I very much dislike you. And Sam is like, okay. I won't be around your kids. No, I didn't say you could be around my kids. Let's not be dramatic. If Alexis takes them out, I don't want you around. If Alexis is doing something with them and you're just going to be just to be there to chingar, I don't want you there. Understood? And Sam goes, and I'm thinking it, right? Like, what about when we go to your house, you know? Sam goes, so can I go with the kids when we go to your house? No, you can't. You're not welcomed in my house. And Mr. Peach is just like, Sam looks down at him, say something. And Mr. Peach goes, I can't. So Sam says, like ever, like for birthday parties, you see, you can never stop being dramatic. We can hear Sam's goom. She takes her little happy ass upstairs. And I'm still sitting there because I'm just like, I'm scared. I am scared that I'm next. Now he's gonna beat my butt. Like, I'm really like, dang. Her own girl, I don't know if it's like hormones or what. Mr. Peach and I were like super speechless. Honestly, that's like the best word I could use is like, we were just, wow. I think he fell in love. Like, honestly, I think he was like taken back, like, dang. Okay, Mrs. Feisty. There you are. There you are. He was like super taken back. She gets up. She asks Mr. Peach, is Alexis gonna stay here or am I taking her? And he's like, no, I'm staying. I'm good. Staying. Like, oh, what happened to that rah rah rah? Okay, okay. She asks me if I'm gonna be comfortable with that, and I'm like, I didn't even know what to say. I should have been like, yeah, let's go. You know, I should have left. But I was literally like, dang, girl, you just came in here and blew the whole house down. So I go upstairs. They kind of like talk a little bit. Sam is on the bed, which I don't know why she's there because she's been staying in the other room. But she's just sitting there. I sit on the bed. So you're just not going to acknowledge me, like, if I'm here? I'm like, for what, Sam? Like, that's weird. Like, what do you want? Like, what's wrong with you? Because, like, honestly, like, what am I gonna do? Like, oh, hey girl, what's up? Like, it's, I didn't know what she wanted from me. It literally, like, irritated me, where it's like, what do you want? It's so weird. She gets up from where she's sitting. She gets super close to my ear and she goes, I hope your baby dies. I look at her and I'm like, okay, Sam. No, I mean it. Okay, Sam. No, I want you to know I really mean it. And you're a pathetic bitch. No, like, Alexis, I really mean it. Okay. What do you want me to do about it? Cry? You will be. And she walks out. I'm like, okay, psycho. Like, what the hell? Like, weirdo. I don't know why she constantly needed that, like, ugh, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's because she didn't know how to self-regulate her emotions, honestly. I don't know. But there's just some things that you just can't take back. So Mrs. Peach ends up taking the babies. I ask her if I need to go. Like, do you need me to go? She says no, that she just wants to spend time with them. Mr. Peach tells her that we will be picking them up because we're going to be going to a barbecue later. She says, okay, I'll drop them off before then. He says, no, I'll pick them up. She says, did you not hear me? And he just gets quiet. And I'm like, ooh, she came and did a little snip snip. She says, I'll drop them off. Okay, she leaves and it's just the three of us. I want to laugh in his face so bad. You know how sometimes when you watch a show and like they do some crazy stuff, but like they're just thinking about it in their head? That was me. I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Like she was just like, she was not having it. Like, no. Did you not hear what I said? I said what I said. Like she does not want him over there at all. I don't know why his dumbass needed to ask me and Sam. Like, do you think it's because she doesn't want me? Yeah, that is literally what it is. She doesn't want you at her house. Are you dumb? Like, you are so dumb. So he puts us to work, literally. We're in the yard. We're pulling weeds. Just like unnecessary things for us to do because he's in his feelings. Like, literally, I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? And why do you need us to do it? But it's because he was mad and he was just trying to... Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, you guys. The makeup is not makeuping. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna have to do this again. So we're like pulling the weeds and the whole time he's like talking about Mrs. Peach. He even goes as far as telling Sam that her mom is the one that got away. When he says that, I immediately in my head, I'm like, shut the F up. What does Sam say? She tells him to save it. To not talk about her mom to him, that she doesn't want to ever hear him talk about her like that, that he doesn't mean it. And he just stayed quiet. He's just like, just left and right, just like getting shut up left and right. And I'm just like, you know, super excited about it because I'm like, yes, finally, you stupid. Like, finally, damn, like, you irritate my soul. He ends up taking us to go eat. We go and get some fast food. He's trying to make conversation with us, but we're literally just like some stepkids who don't want to hang out with him. Like, he's really trying. He's really trying. He tries to give us a whole speech of like, we need to, you know, get along and that we can't be like this with each other, even if we don't like stay together. Implying because like I'm not going to be there for a long time, you know, that like, you know, we just need to be good people. Like, I don't know what the heck, you know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? When someone like him who goes through something and then they all of a sudden want to start, you know, like, God is good. Yes, God is good all the time, but it shouldn't be God is good when it's convenient to you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that. My stepdad used to do that all the time. Call my mom crying about how God's so forgiving and all kinds of stuff, and oh, God is so good. Like, shut up. The only reason why you went to church was because the bitch that you ended up with told you that she wouldn't sleep with you unless you went to church. So shut up. Shut up. Like, I hate how like pick and choose all the time. Anyways, we go to Mrs. Peach's place. He tells her, we're here. Why are you there? I'm not there. I told you I would drop them off. No, it's fine. I wanted to save you gas money. You need to listen. I'm not there. He tells her like, oh, it's okay. We'll just go upstairs and we'll just wait. It's okay. We'll just wait. She yells at him again. I'm not there. Like, she's talking to him like crazy, where he's just like, Mrs. Peach. Like, even he's confused. Like, hello? Like, I'm not there. ¿Sabes qué? You know what? I'm probably not going to drop them off because I'm not done. And I don't appreciate you just going over. I told you I would drop them off. She hangs up on him and we're just sitting there like, he turns to us. Do you think she's upstairs? Do you think she's lying? And I'm like, no, she's probably out. I think she just wants you to respect what she's saying. And Sam is like, she's probably doing something. She's up to no good. I was like, even if she's not, it's none of his business. Like, none of it. His friend's calling him, asking if we're going to show up, if we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go. And if anything, I'll just come and get the kids when it's time. And I'm just like laughing inside because I'm like, dude, she doesn't want you around, you know? So we end up going. It's really, really nice. Like, the whole time I kept thinking like, oh, too bad the kids aren't here because they would have really, really liked it. There was big jumpy houses. There was a cotton candy machine. Like, it was fun. It was super, super fun. Bubbles is there. She sees me. Make sure you take your vitamins. And I'm like, talking to her, keeping it cute. Immediately, her husband calls her over because, of course, he doesn't want her to get contaminated with the ghetto-ness of me. She continues to talk to me and tells me if I need, you know, a ride to my appointment, just to let her know. And that she's really excited for me. Tells me to please stay in touch with her. We talk very briefly, but I'm just like, okay. So she knows. Little talk here and there. Everyone else starts to like, oh, you're the babysitter. I'm like, where's the kids? And I'm like, I don't know. I hate when I do that. I don't mean to be a bitch, but I don't know what it is. I will sometimes mimic the way someone says something, or I'll mimic the laugh and accent. I don't know why. I feel so bad when I do it. And I'm like, oh, stop. I don't know why. It just happens. I don't understand it. Like, when it's happening, I'm just like, girl, stop. But the accent just comes out with it. And I'm like, I don't know. Are they all out here right now? You know, like, I don't know what it is. Or I'll like mimic whatever they're doing. I'll just mimic. I have no idea. I'm a chameleon. I have no idea. I'm just sitting there, just like walking around, trying to keep myself distracted as much as I possibly can, because I feel like if I just marinate in one area too long, I feel like, oh, I'm getting stared at. Oh, Bubbles probably went and told them this, or oh, you know, Joe's over here saying this. Oh, this and oh, that. Like, I just super duper nervous. I hear Mrs. Peach say, Alexis. I turn around, she brought the babies. I'm like, oh, hey, like really excited to see them, because I'm like, okay, cool, because like I can just like hide with them, you know what I mean? Like, I can just like stay busy with them. She asks me, how long have you been here? And I'm like, oh, like maybe an hour or two. Okay, great. She hands over the stuff. I ask her if she's gonna stay. She says, these aren't my friends anymore. And I'm like, okay, like, cool. She leaves. I find Mr. Peach and I put the bag next to him, and he's like, why'd you bring the bag? I'm like, oh, Mrs. Peach, what? I think it's the topic that's gonna come up. Is that what's like, ugh. He tells me, what? That like, he didn't even know that she was gonna drop off the kids. That like, why does she think that she can just like do that? That like, what if he had plans? I'm like, I don't know. Well, you didn't ask her. I'm like, why would I ask her? So he gets kind of like annoyed with me. The gentlemen around him are like, ooh, you know, being little like high school little bitches. And he tells me to relax and not to talk to him like that. And I was like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like, what do you mean? Like, why would I ask her that? Shoos me away. Me and the kids go play in the jumping houses, get some cotton candy, having a good time. Like, it's literally like super fun. Joe tries to talk to me a few times, tells me like, oh, now since you're gonna be a mom, like you have to be weird. And I'm like, still don't talk to him. And he is like, what the F? Like you really are gonna act like I don't exist? And I'm like, and I literally act like he doesn't exist. I don't talk to him. He talks to me, but I don't talk back. Sam keeps trying to play with me and the kids, and then she'll be like having fun with us, and then she like gets quiet, and then she just like walks away. And I think it's because she can hear what Mrs. Peach was telling her in the back of her head, you know? Which I feel like, okay, yes, it was harsh. But at the same time, I'm just like, she is such a dick. It's so hard. Like, it's really hard to be like, oh, poor Sam. And then like she is just, can you guys remind me that I need to wash my brushes because this is like really crazy. So the lady hosting the party barbecue, we'll call her Rose. So Rose calls me over and asks me if I can help them out with bringing out like the snacks and stuff like that. And I'm like, yes, of course. So I go and I'm talking to Rose, and she's just pretty much trying to get the gossip on what's going on with Mr. and Mrs. Peach. And I tell her, I don't really know. Like, I'm just a nanny. She's like, of course you are. Like that. And I'm just like, okay, you weird freaking skeleton bitch. As we're talking, Bubbles comes in. Alexis, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, of course. So I go over to Bubbles. She asks me if I'm okay. And I'm like, yeah. She's just asking about Mrs. Peach. And she's like, yeah, we all, you know, want her to know. I don't know if you can, you know, if you can tell her that we still would like her to still come. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll let her know. Try to keep it as short as I possibly can with her. Again, her husband calls her over. She's like, Alexis, that's just how he's always going to be. When she said those words, it reminded me of my mom. So I was like, and I just walked away. She's like, Alexis, I'm talking to you. And I walked away. Mr. Peach sees that I'm walking away. He calls me over. He tells me not to be disrespectful. And I tell him that her husband doesn't want her talking to me. And it's just like really awkward and weird. And he was like, well, you're infected. Who is going to want you to talk to their wife when they're infected? And I'm like, I'm a teenager. He's like, yeah, that's even worse. And I'm like, okay. And I just like walk away. Like, I don't know what I thought he was going to say. Like, I don't know what the heck I like honestly thought. We go back outside. It's now getting dark. I'm still playing with the kids. We're doing fun stuff, having a good time. Baltimore shows up. She has her girls out, like out for display. They're for display only. No, they're not. They're up for grabs. So anyways, she comes. She sees where we're sitting at. Alexis. And I'm like, puta. Just kidding. I'm like, yeah, nada. She sits and mingles a little bit. She eventually makes her way around to Mr. Peach. They're being very, very flirtatious. Everyone is looking. They're not really hiding it now anymore. I think it's because where Mrs. Peach is like, I'm done. You know, I'm done. I'm not really going to attend anymore. Like, I'm done. Over it, which is like, respect that. That's so cool. For some, it would be really hard to just like let the friends go because you're like, oh my god, that's all I knew. You know what I mean? But I think she was just, she's good. You know what I'm saying? She's good. So she gets dropped off, so she has to go with us. So I'm getting all the kids ready. My stomach starts to hurt. Mr. Peach is like, ¿Estás bien? And I'm like, oh, me duele mi panza, like my stomach hurts. And he asks me like, what did I eat? And I tell him, he's like, okay, well, like you got to eat better. Now, you know, you're eating for 2, not for 1. And I'm like, oh, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, Alexis, you need to think about these things. Gives me a whole speech. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm saying, yeah, I know. Cause like, it's just habit. It's not like, oh yeah, I know, you know, kind of thing. Baltimore comes around. Oh yeah, she knows everything. Sabe todo. He tells her not to start, and he tells me if I wanted to stop and get something to eat. We're all in the car. Baltimore's like, I know, she's gonna cost so much more now. It's like you're feeding an extra one. He tells her not to be dramatic. Sam starts giggling, laughing like she thinks she's funny. She's like, oh my god, you're gonna get super fat. They're like talking about it. Like, they're like talking like if I'm not there. So he ends up getting me Wendy's. Me and the kids take a vote of what fast food we wanted. Get Wendy's, we go back to the house. We're just talking and putting on a movie, watching it, laughing, kind of like him and hawing in this toxic familia. Like, we're like, I say we're because like, yeah, all of us, super toxic. I'm feeling kind of nauseous and I'm like, oh my gosh. Baltimore is like, yup, it's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse. I look over at Sam and she's like, giving me ojo. So I asked her, like, what is your problem? She's like, I don't have one. I'm like, are you sure? So we're gonna start like going at it. And Mr. Peach is like, yeah, like I don't want any of this. Yeah, like starts like, Baltimore is like, okay? Like, go to bed. Like, go to bed. Ya estás viejo. Like, you're old. Go to bed. Go to bed. Keeps like telling him to go to bed, go to bed. And he's like, you know what? ¿Sabes qué? You know what? Yes, I am gonna go to bed. So he goes upstairs. It's me, Sam, and Baltimore. The babies went upstairs with him. So it's just the three of us. And I'm still trying to like eat. And I just feel like this nausea that like won't go away. Nausea. I feel nauseous. It won't go away. And I'm just like I feel like really uncomfortable. Sam and Baltimore keep looking at each other, like giving each other eyes. And I start getting like a little bit paranoid because I'm like, if y'all are gonna jump me, I swear to God, I'm gonna bite someone's nose off. Just kidding. No. Thinking in my head, like, what the freak? And I'm like trying to calm myself down because sometimes anxiety can like just like put stuff in your head, you know what I mean? But at the same time, listen to your gut always, always. So I can't finish the food. Baltimore is like, so you just waste money? You're just wasting money? I tell her, no, I'll eat it tomorrow. I don't feel good. Ay, okay, estás tan dramática. You are so dramatic. And I'm like, okay, like I don't care. I don't care if that's what you think. Like, I don't care. So I wrap up my burger and I put it in the microwave. That's just how I store my food. I go upstairs and Sam has been sleeping in that other room, so she can go in that other room. I board up the door again. I'm not dealing with any of that. Go to sleep, wake up. The nauseous feeling has still not gone away and I'm still like cramping. I call Tommy and I explain and she's like, it's because like your body's getting ready and moving things and all that, whatever. That it's normal, you'll be alright. Okay, she asks me how I talk to my mom and I tell her about the thing. She tells me that like I need to stop, that I'm already gonna start my own family and that like that sounds crazy that I want my mom to still, you know, be there and baby me, but I want to be here acting like I'm a full grown adult. I'm like, okay, you know what, Tommy, okay, like I'm not gonna sit here and try to like talk to you about like y'all sound ridiculous, like I'm a teenager. She's like, and you want to act grown. Valid. Bye. Hang up. I'm so like, okay, like I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, yes, I know I'm over here, you know, doing grown stuff, but does not mean that I am grown. Okay, I am not. I'm still like, just because I'm acting like I'm grown does not mean I am grown. But I feel like they just wanted to say whatever just for me to be like, okay, yeah, and like leave them alone, you know? You know what? I'm gonna take the hint and I'm gonna just leave them alone. I go downstairs, the babies are still sleeping, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I just gotta eat. I'll eat my burger. Open it, it's not there. Instant anger, because I'm like, I know I left it in here. I'm like, yep, they threw it away. I knew they threw it away. I go and look at the trash, it's thrown away, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. So I text Sam and I text Baltimore, did you throw away the burger? Baltimore said it was gonna go bad. You can't just be storing stuff in the microwave. You're just wasteful. I'm just wasteful. I don't know why you threw it away. That's being wasteful. I still would have ate it. She said it's not good for the baby. I said, why do you care? I was going to eat it. Why did you do this? Why didn't you just put it in the fridge then? So I'm going back and forth with Baltimore. Sam didn't reply to me, so I'm like, hey, yeah, you little scary cat. So I'm going back and forth with Baltimore. I do not know that bitch is upstairs. That bitch goes, don't. ¿Qué? ¿Qué me dijiste? What did you say? What did you say? Oh, bien chingona, like real like hard ass, like on the message, like tell me to my face. So I start yelling at her, like, why did you throw it away? And she's like, Mira, look how you're getting about food. How embarrassing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, how was that embarrassing? So I'm like yelling at her because I'm like what? Like, doesn't even make sense. It just feels like she's picking at me and it's like not even for like valid reasons. So like I tell her, I'm like, what is your problem? She's like, what? Like, nothing. I don't have a problem. I threw it away because it's going to go bad. It's not good. You already said that your stomach hurts. Why are you going to eat rotten food? How is it going to be rotten? I literally put it there last night. What are you talking about? Why are you like this? So I'm like continuing to like argue with her about it. And she's like, what aren't you getting? What don't you understand? She's like, you know what? Mr. Peach is going to be so upset that you just wasted the food. We stopped, we wasted our time. I'm like, what do you mean you guys? Him. It's him. Like, it's just him. Because like, I didn't like how she kept trying to like, we. ¿Cómo que we? ¿Cómo chingas? I was so like, what are you talking about? It's not even about you. Like, I was so annoyed. Like, what are you doing? And she was so irritating. So we're arguing and eventually Sam comes down and she's like, what are you bitching about now? To me, I act like I don't hear her. And I'm still yelling at Baltimore. And I'm like, I can't believe you did that. Like, that's so annoying. My eyes are getting watery because sometimes when I'm so upset, I want to cry. It's not because like, oh, you hurt my feelings. I am upset. Okay? It's a thing. It's the way of your body trying to cool itself down by crying, which is crazy. So then Sam goes, quiero llorar, quiero llorar. she wants to cry. She wants to cry. She wants to cry. And I'm like, this isn't like real. Like, this isn't happening right now. They're both being like super bully. And I'm like, okay. So I tried to like walk off. Sam grabs me by my arm. She's not done talking to you. I'm like, I don't care. And I go like that. As I'm trying to walk up the stairs, I just feel like a gust of like, that bitch tried to pull my hair. She tried to pull my hair. So I turn around and I scream from the top of my lungs, don't touch me ever again. Like, I'm like screaming really, really loud. Mr. Peach, you can just hear him like jump off the bed, run down, where he almost freaking falls down the stairs, and he's like holding onto the railing, and he's like, yeah, what's going on, what's going on? And I was like, you need to tell her to leave me alone. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, I'm done, I'm leaving. There's something wrong with them, like I don't know what's wrong with them. He's asking what happened. I'm like blurting so many things out, like they threw away my food. Then he's like, what? Why did you throw away her food? She just left it in the microwave, it was gonna go bad. And he was like, why'd you put it in the microwave? So we're all just fighting, and I'm just like crying because I'm like so freaking frustrated. Like, this is so annoying, this is so dumb, like what's going on? So Mr. Peach looks super annoyed because my eyes look watery, and he just keeps telling me like to stop, to relax, that I'm stressing for no reason, and that he doesn't understand why I didn't just finish it last night. That like, what? And I'm like, because I was nauseous, like that's why. And he's like, oh my god, these problems, I don't know it's gonna be a good fit. And then he's like, oh, never mind, because I think he knows secretly, like, dude, like I'm gonna have to like thug this out with you because I'm too much of a perv, and no one else wants to babysit my kids. No one wants to get paid what I'm paying you, which is ridiculous. He eventually lets me go upstairs. He's yelling at Voldemort, telling her like, you know what you're doing, you know why you threw it away, like what is wrong with you, like aren't you embarrassed, like you're so old already to be playing these games, you're not a kid anymore, like what is wrong with you? So they're still arguing. Voldemort ends up leaving. I go downstairs and I start up on breakfast with the kids. Sam makes a comment of, why couldn't I just make breakfast instead of complaining about the cheeseburger like a fat ass? And I tell her to not talk to me. I'm like, just don't talk to me. All day I feel off. I feel like weird. I feel like anxious. I call Tommy. She tells me it's normal. The body's changing. A bunch of stuff. She keeps telling me that like it's fine, not to stress out, and that if she needs to, she could pick me up. And I tell her, no, it's fine. Like I don't, like it's fine. I tell her a little about the situation. She tells me, are you sure you want to go through with it? You're already complaining about feeling nauseous and stuff. And I'm telling her like, I feel like I can't ever say anything because that's like their go-to. Like, are you sure you even want it? You know? And it's just really annoying. I'm like, I just want to talk to you. Like, I just want to, like, is this normal? It's my first time going through this. And she gets kind of annoyed and she's like, yeah, right. Like, she's like checking herself on it, I guess. An hour or two passes by and Voldemort comes back. She has her burger. Then. And I'm like, I don't want it. She's like, take it. I'm like, I don't want it. She gets mad. Mr. Peach tells me, why am I being difficult? Just to take it, even if I don't want it, that it's the thought that counts. And I'm like, I don't want it. So he gets mad at me because he's like, you're being difficult. And I'm like, I don't want it. I don't know what she did something to it. And he's like, oh my gosh. And she's like, why would I do something like that? That's not me. That's not me. I don't believe you, but okay, I don't want it. We keep arguing back and forth. He's telling me like, why are you being so difficult? I'm like, I'm not, I just don't want it. Munchkin's like, I want it. So she lets Munchkin have it. She's like, you see, I didn't do anything to it. I'm like, okay, I didn't want it. Like, why is that making you so mad? The day goes on. We're just sitting home, just chilling. And I keep having this weird, icky feeling. I'm like, what is this? Like, it's so weird. It honestly felt like the kukui. Like, it felt dark. It felt heavy. And I was even like thinking like, okay, is it someone from the party? Like, they gave me a hole. It feels like a really negative energy. Like, I just felt off. Sam notices and she's like, are you good? I'm like, yeah, like I just feel weird. She's like, why do you feel weird? I'm like, I don't know. And if you're gonna ask me why are you so irritated about it, and if you're like, oh my god, that foundation looks really good, yeah. So the day continues and I just try to stay out of everybody's way because I don't want to talk or converse with Mr. Peach, Sam, or Voldemort. Because now she's here. Now she's like popping in and out. And I'm just like agitated at the whole situation. Because I'm like, why are you here? Are you new here? Like, don't want her there. And I feel like poopy. And I feel like poopy. So I'm kind of like, you know, a lot of it. Mr. Peach keeps asking me like if I'm okay, like if I need anything, that maybe I should make an appointment. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. So I call Tommy again and she tells me that she can make an appointment, but that it's not going to be until a couple of days because that's just how this place operates. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Continue the day, but I'm literally like in a I don't know what's going on. I just like blech, you know, I feel like caca. The next day rolls around. The kids want to go to the park. Cool, let's go. Maybe I just need to get out of the house because everyone in here bugging me. So remember what Mrs. Peach said, I don't gotta take Sam. So I get the kids ready. Mr. Peach asks me where I'm going. I tell him I'm going to the park with the kids. He says que bueno, that he wants some peace and quiet. He irritates me like every time. So I'm like, like I don't care. I don't want to talk to you. Oh, I was so irritated. I was so agitated that I was just like, oh, don't care. Don't talk to me about it because I don't give a flapjack and a cigarette. No. No. What is it called? When like you have done something before so your body like gets used to it and does it again. So me and the kids get ready to set out. Sam is like, where are you guys going? Munchkin tells her, you're not invited. He gets yelled at. Mr. Peach tells him just to answer. He goes, he says, we're going to the park. She says, let me get my shoes. I said, no, I don't want you to go. I don't give a damn if you don't want me to go. I don't want to be in here. Mr. Peach tells her that she has to stay. And she stomps her feet upstairs. And again, she says the words, I hope you have an angel baby. But what she had said previously, you know? I tell her, whatever you curse on me will go back to you. Mr. Peach tells us to both shut that F up and not to be ever saying some stuff like that again. That is nasty to say things like that. Like, how dare we say some stuff like that? And I'm like, what? I didn't even say anything. I just said, whatever she does to me will go back on her. He tells me not to even say that. And so I kind of have a little fighting moment with him. And I'm like, so I can't tell her whatever you say to me bounces off and goes back to you. And he's like, no, not to be saying, like, not to be cursing each other like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I leave with the kids. Me and the kids have a really fun time playing around. We eventually see Mr. Peach pull up and he has Sam. She has a soccer ball. Munchkin already starts with his little comments. Can I just have the soccer ball? Do I have to play with her? Mr. Peach gets mad. Alexis, tell him something. And I'm like, Munchkin, don't be like that. Like, what? Don't be rude. So we play a game with Sam. I could see the kid in her and I feel bad at times because I feel like, I know there's just a troubled kid behind all those layers. Onions have layers. And I feel like she was just so misunderstood at times. And I feel like she got more attention when she acted bad and she did good. So I feel like there's just so much that Sam, I feel like there's good behind Sam. I just feel like it takes such a long time. And I feel like she wants to be included. She just doesn't know how to act right. Because when we were playing soccer with her, she kept smiling. She was having a good time. I could see it. You know, we were laughing, ha 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 ha. We ended up getting some pizza. We go home, we chill, we wind down, sit on the couch. We're having a good time. We're just like, okay, cool, whatever. Maybe we are gonna have like ups and downs throughout this whole freaking thing. I keep telling myself like, okay, like, just don't even stress about it. I keep like replaying back in my head what Tommy said about like stressing, like don't stress, you know, all of that. Don't even worry about it. So we're watching the show. Baltimore walks in and she just like looks at me and she's like, what are you guys watching? I don't respond to her because I'm like, why do I have to talk to you? Why do I have to talk to her? Like, I don't want to talk to her at all. So I'm just like watching the show. Did you guys not hear me? Sam looks at her and she's like, the TV. I feel like Sam like didn't know how to move with Baltimore at times too. And I feel like Baltimore seen it as like, oh, are you friends with her? Because she's seen her on the couch with me, so she was having a little snappy attitude. It was crazy. Baltimore ends up going upstairs with Mr. Peach. Me and Sam, we stay downstairs. We have Munchkin. The other ones went upstairs and we're just watching TV, having a good time. And just like, honestly, just like vibing out. Good vibes. Watching the show. Tommy calls me, checks up on me, tells me that she wants to let me know before anyone else tells me, like my little friends, has a little attitude. I'm like, Tommy, just get to it, like what happened? I already know deep down in my gut, my mom's back to doing, you know, Like, I'm like, oh, that's why I was stressing. She's out doing who knows what with who, whatever. We can't find her. We'll let you know. But if she calls you, she's not, you know, don't take anything she says to heart. When my mom gets in her moods, when she has her bipolar episodes, it's like the jugular she goes for every single time. Or she'll like randomly call up the ex and she'll want to fight with him, or like anybody who gave me like a hard time, she'll want to, oh now you want to defend me, oh now. It's so weird. So Tommy was just letting me know, and I'm like, why, what happened? She's like, I don't know, her and your stepdad got into it, she was probably defending you. I'm like, don't put stuff in my ear. He was probably irritated and told her what's what, and then she got triggered, da 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 da. So we're kind of like arguing, and she's telling me like, I'm just letting you know, I'm just letting you know. Get off the phone with her, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I could probably feel my mom, and like that's why like I felt off, is because like, you know, I felt like, oh, something's off, it's my mom, it's my mom, that's why. So I was explaining a lot of like feelings. I was like, oh, okay, like I have relief, like that's what it was. But now I'm like, dang, now we got to see like where she's at. Now we got to find her. Now I got to call like my friends, like, hey, if you see her, let me know. It always sucked when she was like out doing this stuff, because I had worry of like what could happen. I had peace of mind when I knew like my mom was like on medication and she was like home, or when she was in jail. The biggest peace of mind I had is when my mom was in jail, because I knew that like she would be okay and she would be on watch. Do you know what I mean? In a up way. We sit there. Once the movie ends, I get up, and when I get up, sangre. Blood. So I love you guys so much. I'm gonna end it there. I feel like I've been talking for like a hot minute. I had to take the babies to go to the corn maze, and I wanted to let y'all know, so when the next video comes, it's gonna be a huge trigger warning. So this is gonna be the warning before we get there, okay? But I love you guys so much. Besos a todos, and I'll see you guys in my next story time. See you guys very soon. Bye.